here we go. Hi, I'm Jessica, the artist behind Native Roots Fine Art, where I help artists grow in their art journey. And in today's episode is going to be episode number 1 in the series of Before You Hit the Canvas, so be sure to stay tuned for the rest of this series. And in today's video, we're going to go over how to prep a canvas before you start painting it, and some little tips and tricks to help make your life easier, so stay tuned. Now these canvases are from Michaels, and you've probably seen them. I got them on sale when they had their big Black Friday sale. So, and these canvases, they're kind of hit and miss. I mean, sometimes they're nice and tight, sometimes they're kind of loose, they're really rough, they feel like sandpaper. They're one of their cheapest canvases. So in the beginning, if you can't afford a nice archived canvas like Frederick's, with like an ultra smooth, these are some tips and tricks that you can do to help. And you can see this canvas is really loose, so we're going to tighten that up. So I bring my canvas over here, and I have a mix between Windex, half water. And this works really well. I've tried it with just water and it doesn't tighten as well. So I'm going to very lightly mist the back of this canvas, and I'm going to run a line of the liquid in between the canvas and the runners, the stretchers. And if you don't do this, it's gonna leave like a gap in the fabric when you flip it back over. So make sure you hit all 4 sides, and then you can either let it air dry, or if you're impatient like me, I'm gonna use the blow dryer, and I'm just gonna blow dry the back of this. Now if you dry it before you start prepping it with your gesso, you won't have any problems at all. But if you try to gesso this while it's still kind of damp on the back, it's gonna take a lot longer for this canvas to dry. So make sure it's nice and dry before you move on to the next step. And when you turn it over, it should sound like a drum. You bang on it and it should sound like a little drum, and that's how you know it's nice and tight and ready to move on. And now you can see the texture of this canvas. It is really rough. You are going to be struggling if you are trying to do some fine details. So let's throw a coat or 2 on this canvas with some gesso. So I have some gesso here, and I believe I got this one at Hobby Lobby. It's the Master something. I'm sorry, I'll put it in the link below. So I have one of those little square brushes, foam brush, and I'm gonna take a good amount, and I'm almost scrubbing it into the canvas. I really want to get this gesso in between all those little grooves. So I'm gonna work my brush up and down and from left and right to fully, to fully get that gesso really packed into the fibers of this canvas. So I'm going to let this dry, completely dry, and then I'm going to give this canvas another coat. So now that my canvas is good and dry, I'm going to take some sandpaper, and this sandpaper is a P320 grit, so it's pretty fine, and I'm going to just sand over this entire canvas. And I'm using very light pressure. You don't want to use hard pressure where those stretchers are, or else you're going to sand in a groove, and that's not what we want. So be very gentle with your pressure. And then just run your hand over the whole canvas like I'm doing here, and I'm feeling for rough spots. And it all should feel very uniform. So just run your hand over that canvas and it should feel really nice and smooth. So next I'm going to take a dry clean rag, and I'm just going to wipe this whole canvas down and remove any of that dust. And there you go. So now I'm going to shine a light on here, trying to get so you can see the texture, and it is just so smooth, guys. This is going to help out your art tremendously, so I hope you guys like this trick. So if you liked this video and you found it helpful, please give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment down in the section below and let me know how it helped you. Take care.